You were not born to live the same day over and over again. Yet that is exactly what happens to most people without them even noticing. They wake up with dreams, but they go to sleep with excuses, believing tomorrow will somehow be different. The hardest truth is that your future is being created by what you do today, not by what you hope will happen someday. Every hour you waste quietly shapes the person you are becoming. If nothing changes, neither will your. Most people think they have plenty of time. They tell themselves there is always another Monday, another month, another year to finally get serious. But time has never waited for anyone, and it never will. You probably know what you should be doing. Deep down, the answer has always been there. The problem is not a lack of information. The problem is choosing comfort instead of action. Comfort is dangerous because it never feels like a threat. It feels safe, relaxing, and harmless. But while you are comfortable, your dreams slowly grow further away without making a sound. Every distraction promises a few minutes of pleasure. A few videos, a little scrolling, another unnecessary break. None of them seem important until months turn into years, and you realize they quietly stole your potential. The painful part is that you often convince yourself you are still making progress. You plan, you think, and you imagine the future you want. But thinking about success is not the same as building it. Your biggest enemy is rarely another person. It is the version of yourself that always chooses what feels easy. That version whispers that you deserve to rest before you have earned it. Every time you listen to that voice, it becomes stronger. Every promise you break teaches your mind that your own words cannot be trusted. Slowly, you lose confidence without even realizing why. Confidence is not built by motivation. It is built by keeping the promises you make to yourself. Every completed task becomes proof that you are someone who follows through. Most people spend years waiting to feel ready. They think confidence comes first and action comes later. The truth is exactly the opposite, and that changes everything. The moment you begin moving, even when you are afraid, your identity starts to shift. You stop seeing yourself as someone who wishes for change. You become someone who creates it. Growth has never been comfortable. Every stronger version of you is hiding behind difficult choices that most people avoid. That is why so few people ever reach their true potential. You cannot become extraordinary while living exactly like everyone else. If your habits look ordinary, your results will eventually become ordinary too. Success always asks for something that comfort refuses to give. Think about the person you want to become. That person wakes up differently, thinks differently, and responds to problems differently. They are not waiting for perfect conditions because they understand they may never come. Discipline is not exciting in the moment. It is choosing the workout when nobody is watching. It is opening the book instead of the app and continuing even when your feelings tell you to stop. Most people quit because they expect fast results. They work hard for a week and expect their entire life to change. When it does not happen, they return to the habits that kept them stuck. Real transformation happens quietly. Nobody notices your early mornings, your practice, or the sacrifices you make behind closed doors. But one day, everyone notices the results they never saw you earn. The world celebrates winners. Very few people celebrate the lonely days that created them. That invisible work is where greatness is born. Imagine looking back 10 years from now. Imagine realizing you had everything you needed but never acted because comfort always won. That regret is far heavier than any temporary struggle. Every day gives you another chance to prove who you really are. Not through words, but through actions. Your routine always tells the truth. Stop asking whether you feel motivated today. Ask yourself whether your future deserves your effort anyway. The answer should always be yes. There will always be people who doubt you. There will always be setbacks you never expected. But neither of those decides your future unless you allow them to. Failure is not becoming who you were meant to be. Failure is knowing you had the chance, but refusing to take it. That realization stays with people for the rest of their lives. You do not need a completely different life overnight. You need one better decision repeated again and again until it becomes part of who you are. Small victories eventually become a new identity. Every disciplined person was once undisciplined. Every confident person was once uncertain. The difference is that they stopped letting their current identity decide their future identity. Your mind will always search for reasons to stay the same. It will tell you that tomorrow is better, that next week makes more sense, or that conditions are not right yet. Those are not facts. They are excuses wearing the mask of logic. The person you could become is still waiting for you. Waiting for the day you finally stop negotiating with your own potential. Waiting for the day your actions finally match your ambitions. Do not underestimate today's choices. The person you become next year depends on what you decide after this video ends. Every small action is casting a vote for your future self. Become someone your past self would admire. Become someone your future self will thank. Become so consistent that the old version of you feels like a stranger. The greatest tragedy is not failing. It is never discovering what you were capable of because you kept choosing what was easy. You deserve better than that, but only your actions can prove it. Your potential is still alive today. It has not disappeared because of your mistakes or your delays. It only needs one decision to begin waking up again. So make that decision now. Put down the excuses, accept the discomfort, and take the first step before your mind talks you out of it. Your future is watching every choice you make, and it is waiting to see whether today is finally the day everything begins to change. If this message challenged you, then you are already asking the right questions. But knowing the truth is only the beginning. The next video will show you exactly how to build unstoppable discipline every single day, even when you don't feel motivated, because the life you want will never be built by inspiration alone. Watch it now while this feeling is still alive, and let today become the day your transformation truly begins.